So, let me get this in here. My name is Alexander, and I'm running for CD13. So before I continue, I want to disclose to all of you that I have Tourette's. It's a disorder of the basal ganglia, and it causes motor and vocal tics. You may see me twitching or stuttering a bit through the course of the speech. Don't mind it. Hopefully it'll, get better as time goes on the more I do this. But as for who I am, I'm a generational Democrat, originally from Appalachia. My parents were from Princeton, West Virginia. My grandfathers were in coal and trucking, and unions are why we're in this party. As for myself, I'm a programmer by profession, and I dealt with names like David Hulls of Midjourney, and I once worked for a VR startup funded by Sequoia. But the tech industry's not nice, and I think you guys are all very well aware of that. I saw the corruption of the industry firsthand when I went to Austin City, and I've written about this quite a lot. I have a Substack. It's called the Nick Stack. You can write it out like it spells, nickstack.com. It's a great way to learn about my background. I want to tell you the stakes of this race so that you can be brave in the face of the adversity that it presents. I know that many reasonably see this district as a lost cause for Democrats. Many of you have seen more elections, and you know how it usually goes with gerrymandering. But as time goes on, politics becomes more like the climate in lieu of climate change. It's not strictly worse in the naive sense, but rather it's more volatile. And people like me are who shows up when that volatility crests. So what do we have? We have a general. It's likely going to be against Brad Knott. I know he's got a challenger, but I don't see much in it. We've got a three-way primary. We've got Paul Barringer, Frank Pierce, and me. Now, while I think that Frank's platform more or less speaks for itself, I cannot say the same about Paul's. And this is the first danger that we must confront. Frank says that he's running to help Democrats, driving engagement and increasing turnout. Fair enough. But Paul says that he wants to bring common sense to Washington, yet his career shows the opposite. He claimed that he helped states deal with the fallout from broken systems for Obamacare, apparently blowing up. I don't know what exactly that meant, blowing up. I imagine it was like an Arby's sandwich. But the sober description of this is that he was well positioned to make a lot of money from government contracts to do the government's job for them. It's a textbook case of the neoliberal deficit spending graft. The love of private contractors who charge market rate so that government officials can take credit for successes and shrug off the failures. His entire resume is indicative of this. He's really good at impressing captive, private audiences at public expense. If you love spending other people's money, you're gonna like Paul. But if you're in the public whose money's being spent, you will only be able to face the fact that you've never heard of this guy. Paul's campaign is as undemocratic and subversive as it gets. A dearth of small donations, a background in the Beltway machine as an attorney working for government contractors aspiring to corporate welfare, and a raising of an incredible amount of money with no public profile whatsoever. Paul even tells you what he wants to do if elected on his website. He wants to make deals. This has historically gone very well for us, as we know. We need to acknowledge that this isn't just terrible, but it's also terrifying. It's terrifying to balk as someone who is willing to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars on a campaign. And paradoxically, that's exactly why nobody opposes them, and so often they win even when nobody wants them. This is exploitation of fear, a form of pain, and anyone in sales will tell you that this is how it's done. Create pain and frame the thing being sold as the anodyne. For Democrats, the pain is the inability to credibly beat Brad Knott, and for Paul, the anodyne is money. He hopes to conflate the pain of this election with the inferiority that his money conjures and make you think you need his money to win. And this is why I said in the beginning that you need to be brave. I ask of you only one thing when you go vote for one of us in this primary. Listen to your hearts and have courage for whoever you vote for, because if righteousness prevails in March, it's not so crazy to find that it will prevail again in November. These problems are a lot more basic and universal than we often care to realize. Thank you.
As we move along, we got another young person.